What up and welcome back to the channel. Long time no see. I'm Robone. This is Beneath the Dirt, and today we're going to be doing a tier list of Insane Clown Posse's albums, kind of ranking all of ICP's albums up until this point. If you would like to do this tier list yourself, I will leave a link below down in the description. Let's stop wasting any more time. Get right into it. This is the tier list. I kind of scrambled these albums, mixed them all up at the bottom here. We're just going to go one by one, starting at the very beginning. We got ICP Dog Beats. That's right. We're including some inner city posse shit in this tier list. Why not? Dog Beats. This was like the first professional anything that ICP ever did. And it's a dope EP, four tracks. I don't really revisit it that much, but I'm going to give it a solid B, for their professional debut project. Not bad. Like, actually pretty good. Life at Risk, Wizard of the Hood, the title track, Ghetto Zone. Like, all four tracks are dope. I just don't revisit it that much, so I'm going to drop it down in the B section right there. Next up, we got Wicked Vic. To be honest, not the biggest fan of the Yum Yum Bedlam era. Wicked Vic was probably the best thing released during the Yum Yum Bedlam era, but still, I don't revisit it that much. I gotta put it down in the D tier. Next, we got Bang Pow Boom, the first card of the second deck. This was the return of the Dark Carnival. This album is really dope. There are a couple songs that I skip on this, but man, Bang Pow Boom was like a return of the Dark Carnival. It was fire. I'm probably gonna put it B tier. I'm gonna put it high B tier, at least for now. That might change because I really do like that album, but we're gonna put it B tier as of right now. Next, we got Yum Yum's Lure. Again, not a fan of the Yum Yum era, so that's gonna go down into D. Next up, we got Eye of the Storm. Man, I slept on the Tempest era for so long. It wasn't up until about 2 years ago that I really got into the Tempest album. Then I revisited the Eye of the Storm. Man, solid EP. I'm going to have to put this one in B tier as well. I don't know if I'm going to put it above Dog Beats. I'll put it right below Dog Beats. Solid EP though. Eye of the Storm is a dope EP. If you've slept on it, go back, revisit it because it's a really dope listen. Next up, we got Marvelous Missing Link Found. Again, wasn't a big fan of this era. I do like it better than the Yum Yum era, so we'll put it high D tier, but I don't ever go back and listen to that album much. And then we got the second Joker's card of the first deck, the Ringmaster. Now, this will be the first S tier. There's going to be a couple of these S tier ones, like just top tier albums from ICP, and I believe Ringmaster is up there, man. Like Southwest Song, Get Off Me Dog, Mr. Johnson's Head, the OG Chicken Hunting on there, man. Love the production on Ringmaster as well, that bass on there, and the production from Mikey Clark. Ringmaster is a classic, definitely belongs in the S tier for this list. Up next, we got House of Wax, EP that came with the first 6 Joker's cards box set. I think they're the first 6 box set. House of Wax. This was during, I want to say, the Mighty Death Pop era. Not a bad EP. I haven't listened to it that much, but the few times that I did listen to it, I was vibing out to it. So I'm going to put it in the C tier category for House of Wax. Dope songs on there. I don't go back to it as much as I probably should, but I know there's dope shit on there. So C tier for me for sure on that album. Up next, we got Pug Ugly, the Stink Bug. Again, I'm gonna put that down in the D tier, Yum Yum era. Then we got the first Forgotten Freshness that we're going to talk about on this list, Forgotten Freshness 3. This was before the 6 Jokers card of the first deck, after Bizzar. I love Forgotten Freshness 3, sorry. This shit was dope. It was like my introduction to Zug Island. It had Just Another Crazy Click on there, which I love that song, ICP 3-6. It Twisted. Run is on there. I love Forgotten Freshness 3. I'm going to put this B tier above Dog Beats and Eye of the Storm, but I don't think it beats out Bang Pow Boom. Really close, but Forgotten Freshness 3, B tier material for me. And then we got the first sideshow EP that we're going to talk about here, Tunnel of Love, in between Riddlebox and Milenko. Dope EP. We're going to put this A tier. Like, come on, man. Cotton Candy, Super Ball, Stomp, all classic shit. Love, Tunnel of Love from ICP. Definitely A tier. Probably controversial amongst people who watch this, but for me, A tier, Tunnel of Love. And then we're going to go Marvelous Missing Link, the outtakes. Again, not a big fan of Marvelous Missing Link, but better than the Yum Yum era. So we're going to put it, I'm actually going to put this above Found. Because I thought the outtakes was the best out of the 3 albums that we got during the Marvelous Missing Link era, which is strange. None of those songs made the official albums, but had the strongest songs, in my opinion, on that album. Up next, we got Flip the Rat. This was the companion album to Fearless Fred Fury. Not as strong as Fearless Fred Fury. I don't think it belongs in D tier, but I'll put it C tier. It's definitely not D tier, not B tier, maybe low to mid C tier so far. Flip the Rat. There's some dope songs on there. The one with Ouija Mac is fire. The one with DJ Paul, I don't remember song titles off the top of my head. Again, similar to House of Wax, I don't revisit it as much as I probably should, but bangers on that album. Up next, we got the Yum Yum Bedlam album. Again, we're just going to go D tier with that. Marvelous Missing Link Lost. Another D tier album for me personally. And then we got The Great Milenko, my favorite album of all time of any genre from any artist. This has to be number 1 on this list. Great Milenko just goes without saying, man. This is my introduction to ICP, late 97, early 98, maybe even mid 98. I don't really remember, but just a classic album, like the pinnacle of ICP right there. The Great Milenko. Love that shit. Now we got the Wraith Shangri-La. This was the 6 Jokers card of the first deck, the Almighty. I've said it before, if you've ever listened to the podcast or any live streams, and I've talked about this album gets better with time. I love the Wraith Shangri-La. Not one bad song on here. Even with all the God stuff on there that they talked about at the end, didn't throw me off. I know a lot of ninjas was pissed when that first happened, but this is, without a doubt, unequivocally, an A tier album. Not as good as Ringmaster, in my opinion, or Milenko, but still just a straight up classic. So yeah, Wraith Shangri-La, S tier. We got Bizzar, the question marks version. And this was like their first album that wasn't a Joker's card. I think I'm going to put this S tier. I think I got to put this S tier. Like, it's a dope album. Not as good as, Shangri-La, Ringmaster, or Milenko, but I don't think I skip any songs on question mark version of Bizzar. And it's a dope album, man. I feel like the Bizzar albums in general are slept on, but S tier for me. I'm going to put it low S tier. Actually, fuck. I'm going to go high A tier on Bizzar, actually. Dope album. Don't skip any songs, but like those 3 albums in S tier are like they're top tier for a reason right there. So I'm going to put it high A tier. Bizzar. Up next, we got Forgotten Freshness 5, the purple cover. Couple dope songs on there. I don't revisit it that much. Every once in a while, I'll go on just a straight Forgotten Freshness kick on all the albums that they, all the Forgotten Freshness albums. Few bangers on there. The Greatest Show. There was another song on there that they said was recorded in 2000 or that had like recent Shaggy vocals, but vocals from Jay from like the mid 90s, but it's still a dope track. I'm going to put that low C tier because there are a few bangers on there, but I don't revisit it that much. Some more Inner City Posse stuff, Basement Cuts. I'm going to go D tier on this. I'm going to go bottom D tier. This was the basement tape, right? Like this was the demo recorded on a karaoke machine. I'm not a fan of it, but it's dope ICP history, but I got to be honest and just put it in the D tier. Up next, we got Forgotten Freshness 6. The yellow cover was exclusive to the Fearless Fred Fury tour. I forget what tour that was. But similar to Forgotten Freshness 5, I'm going to put this low C tier. Again, a few bangers on there. Violet J released the Walk It Out demo song that Blaze would eventually re-record for his Gang Rags album. There's a demo version of Please Don't Hate Me on there, which is dope. So again, some bangers on there. Don't revisit it as much, but C tier for me. Now here's the album I was talking about earlier, The Tempest, that I slept on for 15 years. This is a dope album. Banger of an album. I skipped one song on there, but man, so many fucking bangers on there. Humdrum Boogie, whole bunch of other shit. I'm going to put this A tier. Tempest, for me, now is A tier. 5 years ago, ask me what Tempest was. I'd probably put it low C tier, maybe high D. But now that I fully appreciate what the Tempest is a dope fucking album. A tier for the Tempest. It's just a fucking banger, man. Go peep my review on that album on this channel. Super dope. Next, we got the eyeball version of Bizzar. I'm going to put that right next to the other Bizzar in the A tier. Again, no skips on there. Banger of an album. Love it. Definitely belongs in the A tier. And then we got Whoa, the Weeping Weirdo. We are just going to throw that in the D tier. Up next, we got Carnival of Carnage, the first Joker's card of the first deck, the one that set off this whole Dark Carnival journey that we're still riding to this day. This one automatically goes to the S tier. You probably see the pattern, and we probably know how the S tier is going to end. But I don't think it's as good as Wraith, Shangri-La, or Ringmaster, or Milenko. So we're going to put that low S tier, but classic without a doubt. Not a song that gets skipped on that album. It has a very dated sound to it, but man, I love that. Psychopathic, Night of the Axe, Guts on the Ceiling, Taste, the Posse track on there is fucking fire. And then we got the Mighty Death Pop, second card of the second deck. Man, my favorite project of the second deck, without a doubt. I absolutely love this album. And we're going to put this mid A tier. I don't think it's quite as good as Bizzar. It's really fucking close, to be honest. It's really close. But I think Mighty Death Pop definitely belongs A tier. I mean, Night of the Chainsaw, fucking Hate Her to Death, like one of my all-time favorite ICP songs at this point. Trying to think of other songs on there. Daisies, Forever, like Mighty Death Pop, top tier album from ICP. I'll put it mid A tier. Up next, we got the amazing Jeckel Brothers. Again, automatic A tier, and we're going to put that ahead of Carnival of Carnage, but not ahead of the Wraith Shangri-La. Amazing Jeckel Brothers was the first Joker's card to be released since I was a fan. I love it, man. Some of that new metal style on there that was popping off at that time. Love me some amazing Jeckel Brothers, man. Definitely S tier without a doubt. Then we got Forgotten Freshness 4. Man, this got some bangers on there. Some Ringmaster outtakes. A song with Mac 10 on there. A song with Tech 9 on there. I'm going to put Forgotten Freshness 4 high C tier. High C tier above House of Wax and above Forgotten Freshness 5 and 6. I don't revisit it that much. It also came with a compilation of every Hollow Wicked song that had been released up to that point. Some solid songs on there, but don't revisit it that much. Put it high C tier without a doubt. Next up, we got the Riddle Box. We all know this is going S tier, but where is it going in S tier? Man, I go back and forth if I like it more than Ringmaster or not. I'll put it ahead of Ringmaster right now in that number 2 spot, high S tier. I mean, the first 6 is all S tier shit to me, personally. Like, without a doubt. The first 6, and it doesn't have to be, but for me, it is. And I'll put Riddlebox in between milenko and Ringmaster. And then we got, for the final Forgotten Freshness, we got Forgotten Freshness Volume 1 and 2. This is automatic A tier shit. I think I'm going to put this above bizzar. Just so much classic stuff on here. Almost as good as a Joker's card. It's all B-sides and songs that just didn't make Joker's cards from the first 4 albums, from the first 4 Joker's cards. And just, I didn't mean to kill him. Graveyard with Project Born, Witching Hour with Misery, Willie Bubba, Hey Vato, fucking the Shaggy 2 Dope Fuck Off EP is basically on this album. Like, just classic stuff. High A tier, without a doubt, for Forgotten Freshness 1 and 2. Next up, we got Hell's Cellar, the outtakes from Hell's Pit. Not a fan of this at all. I'm just going to put that in the D category. It doesn't matter if it's high or low in the D category. I'm just not a fan. If it's in D, not a fan. Hell's Pit, controversially, my opinion has always been not that great of an album, right? This is part 2 of the 6th Joker's card. I've never really considered it a Joker's card. I know it's the 6th was Shangri-La and Hell's Pit, but to me, the 6th was Shangri-La. That's the definitive 6th Joker's card. Hell's Pit, for me, good songs on there. Don't get me wrong. Night of the 44, The Darkness, In My Room, Suicide Hotline. There are banger songs on here. And I'm going to put this low B tier. It edges high C tier, low B tier, but I'm going to put it low B tier. I'd say about half the album is dope that I like personally. But those songs that I do like are fucking absolute bangers. And I do revisit those songs off that album more than I revisit anything in C tier. So I think that's why I'm going to put it in the B tier. And then we got The Calm. This was The Calm before The Tempest. Still not a fan of The Calm. I like The Tempest. I like Eye of the Storm, but The Calm, to me, just wasn't it, man. It just wasn't it. Putting a D tier, just wasn't a fan of The Calm. Now, this EP right here, The Phantom, this was recorded or put out during the Marvelous Missing Link era. The Phantom is a dope EP, the best shit that they put out during the Marvelous Missing Link era, in my personal opinion. And I think I'm going to put this... I'm going to put this low B tier. I don't think it's better than the songs that I like on Hell's Pit or any of the other B tier albums I have here. But man, love me some Phantom, man. I do go back to it and listen to it. Dope stuff, man, from ICP. And then we got my personal favorite sideshow EP from ICP. I am going to put this top of the A tier, Beverly Kills 50187. I love me some Beverly Kills, man. So glad they remastered it recently. And just a banger of an EP, man. Production from Mike E. Clark and Isham on there. I think they split production duties on that EP. And just a banger of an EP. Definitely top A tier for me without a doubt. And I think I'm going to do the same for Terror Wheel. Top A tier stuff for me from the Terror Wheel. I love the Terror Wheel EP. Schizophrenic, fucking The Smog. Amy's in the Attic, one of the best ICP songs of all time. Definitely top tier stuff right there. Fearless Fred Fury. Now, I liked Fearless Fred Fury a lot more when it was originally released than I do now. But there are some good songs on there. I just don't like it as much as I did when it first dropped. So I don't revisit it that much. But I'm going to put it C tier. Not above Forgotten Freshness 4. I'll put it above House of Wax. Because, I mean, like, West Werner Ave, like that song, that Shaggy 2 Dope solo song is a fucking banger. And that belongs high C tier for me personally. And then to end this, we got the Xmas EP from ICP recorded during the Ringmaster era. I don't revisit this one as much either. And I'm actually going to put that one above Fearless Fred Fury, but not above Forgotten Freshness 4. But I mean, you got Santa's a Fat Bitch on there, Red Christmas, Santa Killers. Like, it's a dope EP. I just don't go back to it that much. And yeah, that's my tier list from ICP. Again, if you want to do your own tier list, I'll leave a link in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Much love. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.